The weirdest looking turtles you're ever going to see in your life. It's called a New Guinea snake-necked turtle. Easy to see how they get that name, right? Looks like somebody took two different animals, just smashed them together. And you don't get to see this when we first pick her up to bring her out. She'll actually tuck the neck and head up underneath her shell, because in that position, well, she kind of looks like a rock. That allows her to go hunting. She's a carnivore, and in that position, looking like a rock, she gets very close to her prey, fish. That's how that long neck comes in. Strikes right out at them just like a snake might. Now, two features you're looking at to identify a turtle. Of course, a shell, but this one's kind of flat, kind of streamlined, as well as webbed feet. Good thing to have if you're swimming through the water. But sometimes you might be looking at a reptile with a shell, and you might actually be looking at something a little bit different. So I'm going to bring out another animal, hoping you guys can help me to identify what he is. Oh, heavy is what he is.
Wow.
All right, so what is it?
Wow.
It's not a turtle, it's a
Go for tortoise.
tortoise. A lot of times people see a reptile with a shell, and the only thing that comes to mind is turtle. The tortoises adapted a little differently, basically for life on land. You're not going to see them swimming in the water. They're just not built for it. Now you look at that shell, the outside portion of it. Well, if you touch your fingernail, your hair, it's all made out of the same thing. It's called keratin. A lot of different living things are made out of it. Birds' feathers, rhinoceros's horn, a deer's antlers, and our tortoise's shell. He's picking up speed now. Look out. Let me introduce you. It's called a spur-thighed tortoise. Comes from Africa. Grows to be one of the largest species on the planet. These guys can hit about 200 pounds, live over 100 years. That's nothing. There are some tortoises on this planet, giants. You're talking like this, 600-700 pounds. There's some of those big guys potentially living over 250 years. Probably the longest living vertebrate animals in the world. I'm going to grab her. And by the way, unlike our turtle, pure herbivore. Basically, think of him as a cow in a shell. Goes along grazing on grasses all day long. And in Africa, where they're found, it's so harsh, so inhospitable, they might have to go their entire lives without ever once being able to drink water. Now, my next reptile. For some people, there is confusion in identifying this animal. So we're going to bring out Curly. He's about 6 years of age. I'm going to point out some features on his body so we can figure out exactly what kind of reptile he is. There we go. All right, so to identify this reptile, what you want to look at, his mouth. His is short and it's rounded at the end. And with his mouth closed like this, you only see teeth that stick down from his upper jaw.